What's up, everybody? Welcome back to 55 Fandom. So I got to get a wriggle on. Born Again Season 2 is nearly over, and I didn't review Episode 5 and 6. So here is my spoiler review for those two episodes. I'm going to clamp them together. Listen, Episode 5, I think, was actually overrated, and I think it was carried by the Wilson Fisk scenes. Everything to do with Wilson and Vanessa, really great. The misdirect they give you, where you think Vanessa is going to survive, and then she gets the pineapple juice, but if your lips tingle, she might have been allergic to it, so that might have finished her off. I really like the parallels between Fisk and Daredevil. Yeah, the fact that, Matt Murdock saves a foe, but Fisk couldn't even save his love. I love that parallel. I love how it shows their opposites, like how opposite they are, yet they're always destined to cross paths with one another. But when you look at the Daredevil stuff this episode, it was just Daredevil and Bullseye just hiding in a church. But really, if you take away that, nothing in the episode really got accomplished. We had like a 30 or 40 minute episode where nothing kind of happens. And so that's where I kind of think it fell a bit flat. But come on, Vincent D'Onofrio's acting, nurse, and his acting when Vanessa does die. I mean, God, he made me feel so bad for Kingpin. But that's what a great actor does. You just see him revert into, like, being a child. He's so desperate. And even Vanessa is like, Wilson, you scared the poor girl. And he's like, no, my love. I'm just overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed. I just thought, what a great actor. And it was a good episode. It was a great episode. But I just feel it's slightly overrated, slightly overhyped. But, even when Vanessa was dying, the parallel, the painting, going into the painting, I love all of that stuff. I love stuff like that. I love edits like that. I love directorial flair like that. So it was still a good episode. Episode 6. Here we go. Let's ramp it up. Like, even from the start, I was screaming through my screen to that surgeon, why would you go in there? He's going to kill you. And he did. And it was, I'm not going to say awesome, because that would make me seem like a bit of a weirdo, but it was a good scene. I was like, oh my God, what a way to open this episode. And then you kind of think, because this is kind of a good finale. Like, I'm looking at episodes 7 and 8, and I'm thinking, what do we do now? But things just get so bad that it's like, this guy has to be forced out of office anyway. The survivors are on the wall, people are rioting. It reminded me a lot of the 2019 Joker film, where there's so many riots, and it's like, what's the point anymore? Even when Kingpin sees Daredevil, and they're like, do we really want to fight again? And Fisk is like, this is what we both want. And they fight, and it's awesome. But we've seen that now for 5 seasons. Like, we're kind of feeling tired like them. It was still a really good episode. And Fisk, I just can't believe I felt so bad for Wilson. And like when he throws Daredevil through the painting and he rips the painting, I thought, oh my God, why would you do that, Wilson? And yeah, it's cool that the AVIF agent gets a hold of Karen Page, and you'll see how that plays out. But again, that's the classic trope of, I'm going to keep you alive for plot convenience. Like, if I was a villain and I saw Karen Page, I'd be shooting her, like, on the spot. But now they're going to keep her alive as bait, whatever, I don't care. Episode 6 and these next 2 episodes kind of left me going, we've hit a wall. We've hit a repetitive wall, and I'm not too sure how to get past it, right? Jessica Jones appearing in episode 5, awesome. She only appeared for like a really small minute though, and I was kind of like, I was expecting a bit more, but I think she's in episode 7 and 8, so that's probably why. Really cool action scenes, meeting Matt again, seeing her daughter. I was sick. Mr. Charles, I kind of think that unless he pulls some crazy plotline in these last 2 episodes, I feel like they've kind of wasted him, and they've kind of wasted Matthew Lillard, and I still don't know what his overarching plan is. Obviously in favour of the FBI, but still, I'm just so clueless. Daniel, all that stuff with Daniel was actually really good. Buck taking him out, and Daniel thought Buck was actually going to take him out, but no. Daniel's birthday, BB, and even like, you see why Daniel's mad. Daniel's not mad at BB because she's leaking stuff, but like, he says to her, I can't protect you. That's so tough. And I really hope he has a good arc in these final 2 episodes, and his story gets wrapped up. I also like that Karen wants to kill Bullseye and Matt's going back to his mantra of we can't kill. Good dynamic, and it shows their contrasting feelings even though they're in a relationship. But Karen this season so far, and even in this episode, she's kind of been like a sour point. Not in a bad way, but she's drastically different to Matt. For like good reason. Like, if you watch in the original show the journey she goes on, it's crazy how much she developed. But I just feel like every time they have an argument about whether they kill Bullseye, we just hit a brick wall. And I would just like her to get over the brick wall and stop trying to smash into it. But guys, these episodes, they were peak. And a little hiccups, a little nitpicks, and I'm kind of confused where these next two episodes go. But they were good episodes, sad episodes. Guys, what do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. By the time this comes out, episode 7 will have come out, so expect that review at some point. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.